Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to win a game of PUBG with no kills. Even better, I'm going to show you how to do it butt naked without a single item of loot. Here's the final replay just to prove I'm not wasting your time. There's me, naked, and now you'll see the final guy get stuck inside the building and dies to the blue, leaving me to win with no kills and no loot. So, let's start by taking a look at the flight line here. This is the replay mode, so we're going to get a little bit of extra information we wouldn't have had during the game. But you'll see the flight line here is southwest to northeast, and it is shallow. So this lower southeast portion of the map is going to be very dangerous, very highly contested. So we want to go northwest to get away from the danger. So we're going to jump down in around here somewhere, find a vehicle. And the sound is a little bit messed up right now on this replay, but bear with me, it'll come back here. So we are diving down here for this intersection here, a little bit northwest of the drop line. We want to get as far away from the drop line as we can, as quickly as possible. You'll see we got some other people dropping in these buildings here, of course, so we want to get away from those. There's our sound back. Alright, so we're going to hit this intersection here. See everyone else is kind of dropping back in behind us. One up high. We're not seeing anybody real close. We got a buggy over here, so we're going to go grab that buggy and get moving. Now using this tactic, I will consistently get second, third, fourth place in the November of 2017 ranking season. I was nationally ranked number 90 without ever using a single item or ever picking up a single item of loot the entire season. So I played butt naked the whole month and I was national ranked number 90. Alright, so we got our buggy here. Now our next goal, we have our circle. Now this circle is actually really cool here. So we're going to remember the drop line was down here. This part's dangerous. All this, no good. So we want to go northwest, but we also want to make it into the circle. And we want to make it as close to the middle of the circle as possible. That way later in the game we have less moving to do. So now looking at this, we're going to know this area is already highly contested, highly populated, very dangerous. Same with this area. Now all these other people who dropped in here are going to be forced to close into this edge of the circle. So the eastern edge of the circle is going to be very dangerous. The southern edge of the circle is very dangerous. We want to come up here south of El Pozo. So see, we're driving along the road here. We're going to come up to this next road. We're going to come up, get on the road here, drive north, away from all the danger, come down under El Pozo, which hopefully no one should be there yet. If they are, it's because they got vehicles and they're probably not going to be looking for a fight yet. And then we're just going to cut down a little bit south, right up in here. It's close to the center. There's nothing around there. That's going to be the safest place to be for now, the least chance of having to move later, and then everything else is going to be real dangerous. So we're just going to enjoy our little ride here. Now, tips for this game style is if you're looking to get nationally ranked with no loot whatsoever, you can do that without ever getting kills. I didn't have any kills and I got national rank number 90, but you have to get top 10 every game. If you get picked off early on in one of these games, it's gonna screw up your ranking. So it's always important to immediately get away from everybody else, move to safety, and then just go find some place to hide and focus on stealth, and you're likely to get top 10 every game. I will, like I said, consistently I can get second place doing this. Now this circle This is a great circle with the drop line for us here, which is definitely what's going to contribute to this being a win. A different circle, a different drop line, it might go different. But this is the tactic I use every game. You want to immediately drop as far away from the drop line as you can, straight to a vehicle. Get in that vehicle and move. Once you're away from everybody else and you have this circle, evaluate the circle based on the drop line and areas that are known to be highly contested, and also compare it with someplace close to the center where you'll have to move less later. Early movement is good movement. What happens is early on everybody's looting, so early movement is going to be pretty well hidden. So I'm gonna hide my vehicle here. It's stashed in the rocks. I'm gonna put a marker on it so I know where it is if I need it later. And then we're just gonna kind of survey the area here, and we're just gonna find a bush. These bushes look good. We'll take this one since it's kind of down the hill, and we're gonna sit right here. We're just gonna chill. So at this point, I am hidden. The statistics or the chances of someone actually stumbling across me and then actually seeing me in this bush is essentially zero. We do have to worry about the possibility of a bomb zone getting me, but outside of bomb zone, right now we are very safe, so we're just not going to move. We have our vehicle stashed nearby in case a future circle requires a lot of movement. But with where we're at with this circle where everyone else is going to be, we'll hopefully not need that vehicle again. And now at this point, the blue, we're just now seeing it collapsing here. So we got about 5 minutes or more until this blue collapses and we see our new circle. So at this point, I get up and I walk away. I go do dishes, I go do laundry. If you got a project, if you want to go get a snack, go take a shower, just do whatever. There's really no point in sitting here. You got yourself 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. All right, now with this new circle, we're actually in a pretty good place still, and I don't know that we're going to move at all. Analyzing this, we know from this last circle, the south is going to be pretty dangerous. Lots of people down in here. People came into the east, Power Grid, Picado, and with El Pozo, we can see there's only one person up there right now, but that's because it's a replay. We're not going to know that in real time, but in real time we're going to assume people will have traveled up there. So now with this new circle, evaluating other people's movement, is you're going to have El Pozo's going to be clearing down into here. So they're actually going to be coming towards us, but we still like where we're at. Power Grid, Picado, they're all going to have to pull into these areas. This is going to be very dangerous here. Valley Del Mar, they're going to have to come up. But so still, we're looking at the southern half and the eastern half are going to be the most dangerous. So still, the northwest quadrant here is still going to be the safest area to be and away from this major city here. So really, right where we're at right now is still going to be the safest place. So we're still not going to move. We're still just going to hang out in our safe little bush here. We still have another 2 minutes till the circle collapses, plus the circle collapse time. So that's give us maybe another 5 minutes. I would go do dishes again for another 5 minutes probably at this point. But we'll go and fast forward. So with this new circle, we still want to be in this northwest portion. Of course, the south is still going to be dangerous. East is still going to be dangerous. The city, of course, is going to be dangerous. So we're just going to get inside here, start crawling down this hayfield. We'll provide some great cover a little later. But for now, we're just going to kind of hide up here. And you'll see I'm just hanging out in the rocks up here for now. I'm just kind of on the edge of a mountain here overlooking. Now, of course, if there happens to be a sniper up that way, yeah, I'm dead, but we're just going to trust no one's over that way with a sniper rifle and hope no one else wanders up along my cliff here. Now we're just going to hang out, wait for the next circle. Okay, so with this next circle, of course, it's collapsing on the city, so that area is going to be very dangerous. But what I like here is this hayfield. This hayfield gives us cover to move a good chunk of this quadrant, which is going to be the safest. Now, no one else is going to be out here because it's so wide open and exposed that everyone else is going to assume they're going to get killed. But if you prone out with no gear in this hayfield, you're actually completely concealed. So we're going to wait here for a minute. Now, normally I would already be moving, but I think during this game I was actually AFK. I was off doing some chores or something, and I hadn't realized there was a new circle yet. But as soon as I check back and realize that I have to move, I will immediately get up and get moving. Yep, so here we go. I should be back, analyzing the new circle. Now, early movement is always better in my book because when there's a new circle, everybody else is looking at the circle, figuring out where they should go, waiting for other people to move. So if you just get up and run right away, even if you're exposed wide open, it's normally your safest bet. In this case, I'm worried about snipers from the city. Gonna try to get a look over the area, see what's safe to move here. And hopefully I can find a way down without falling off this cliff and dying. So we're gonna just kind of jump down here. Hope for the best, hope I don't get hurt. So in this case, because I'm so late to the table, I'm waiting for the blue to collapse a little bit. I'm enjoying my safety that I have here. And the other thing I'm looking at is I need to get top 10. Right now there's only 12 alive. So if your goal every game is to get that top 10 mark, I'm just waiting for 2 more to die. So I'm trying to be as safe as possible until 2 more people die and I get that top 10. So right now we have these hills which provide good cover from snipers. Got a little bit of grass. It's surprising how well you can be concealed even just in a tiny little bit of grass or a bush here. So I'm in the circle, safe at the moment, 12 alive. Outside someone sniping me from that house or running up on top of me, we should be good. Now this new circle sucks. I got a lot to move. I'm gonna like this hayfield here. But for now, we still need to get that top 10, so we're going to wait for 1 more to die and just kind of hang out. Trying to stay as still as possible to not draw attention to myself. Oh, and right here is where I realized I still had my clothes on, so went ahead and ditched those. So now I am officially naked. Absolutely no loot, no clothes. Now I have to run just a little bit because that blue is going to catch me. So we're just going to hope for the best. We're running through the open, assuming no one is going to pay attention to me out here. Hopefully everyone else has more important things like trying to not die themselves. And now I'm just on the edge, gonna prone back out. This is great concealment now in this grass. No one's gonna see out here. another bad circle for me. Lots of movement to do. So I'm just going to slowly work towards the circle. Going to try to stay prone as long as possible. And at this point, the goal is just to outlive as many other people as I can. So I'm just going to play it safe, move slow, try to let a few other people die off. Right now I'm at the edge of my little hay field, so I'm just going to kind of wait because this is my best cover. Once I get out of the hay field here, people are going to start seeing me. Now right now with the replay map, we can see that I'm actually in the safest place in the whole game. There's no one even close to me here, but of course in the heat of the game I didn't know that. So we're just going to kind of wait. Now looking at this circle, you're going to assume people are going to collapse in. Everyone's going to collapse in, and we're hoping that this portion where I'm moving is going to be the least occupied area. So I'm going to want to just move somewhere into here. See if I can find some place to prone out and just kind of hide. But again, right now, I'm just hoping for a couple other people to die before I do. Down to 8 seconds, so blue's collapsing, I have to move. All that shooting means everyone else is probably focused on that. No one really cares about the naked guy running through the field. And this bush is my new friend. It's inside of the circle. Just gonna wait here. And once again, we're gonna have to move. But looking at this map, we're again going to assume the occupied areas are going to be mainly the east half of the map where these buildings and structures are. And we're going to just slowly work to the west side here somewhere, maybe down in here, because we're going to assume no one's in this open area, which means as everybody collapses, this area here should hopefully be the safest area. And in fact, I'm liking right here. This little corner should give me some cover. But right now I have 50 seconds till the blue collapses, 6 people alive. So I'm just going to sit tight for a little while, try to let another 1-2 people die off, and just see if I can get my stats boosted here. Alright, so now we're going to crawl. We're just going to slowly head to the circle. Going to try to use some of this cover that's available here. We're going to stay in the grass when we can. Now we're going to move right up here next to this wall in this guard shack. That's that little corner we were looking at. And again, this grass actually provides surprisingly good concealment. And this bush is even better. So we're going to chill right here in this bush. Alright, and we're down to 4. Alright, so looking at the map here, we got some movement to do. We got a minute to do it. So right now we're in a pretty decent spot of, we have the cover from this wall, we have some concealment from the grass, we got some time to move. Now looking at the map, of course we get to cheat, we see where these other people are at, but evaluating the map, we are going to assume that most people are going to be on this eastern half where there's cover, where there's buildings. Where I'm at is stupid. It's exposed. There's not a lot of cover. There's just not likely to be people here anyways, even though we know there's not. But so now as the circle collapses, you're going to assume people are going to be in the building or just outside here. So this portion here, the open field or the open yard, we're going to just assume is the least likely to be occupied. So that's where we're going to move to. But now right now, the blue's collapsing. We're going to have to move. We're going for it. Oh, you just saw the guy there. we're cheating. We got the names turned on right now. So he just moved in. I had just seen him there. He moved inside the building. We're going to go ahead and hide the names again, though. So someone else just died to the blue. So it's 1 versus 1. It's 2 of us left. I'm just going to slowly edge inside the blue here. Find a place to hide. Now, at this point, 2 alive. This is, as I said earlier in the video, this is actually very common to get second place. This isn't a shock. This isn't a surprise. But now we have to decide what we want to do. There's some options. Option 1, we can just hide and wait, see what happens. You never know. The guy could end up killing himself or dying to the blue, which is, in fact, what ends up happening here. I win because he dies to the blue. And you hear him moving around. He's just inside of the building there, right next to us. Option 2 is I can just run out to the blue and suicide to the blue. That way I die to the blue and he doesn't get credit for killing me. Option 3, I can go find him and maybe he'll have a boxing match with me. Maybe I can punch him and kill him. Option 4, I go find him and maybe he's cool. Maybe we have a dance party and chat about the game. See what happens. In this case, though, I'm just going to wait and see what happens and ultimately end up winning. We're going to go to free look here so we can break this down. So there you have me, naked, hanging out here in kind of the open yard. Now this other guy, he's going to be up in here. There he is, just chilling. So he or she is just going to secure the room there and just wait. So here's what we have. Now at any moment, this guy could just jump out, walk around the building, shoot me in the face and win. But he's too scared for that final engagement and is going to stay in his place of safety there and just wait and hope for the best. So he's essentially doing the same thing I'm doing, and it's not going to pay off for him. I would love to be there, though, when this guy watched the replay to find out that he lost to this naked idiot laying down over here. But I'm going to go and fast forward for a little bit here because we just wait for about a whole minute till the final blue collapses. So I'm going to fast forward. We'll see what happens. Okay, now in just a second here, the blue is going to collapse down to nothing. We have 15 seconds. The blue is going to collapse down to nothing, and it's going to kill one of us. Now, things to take into consideration are if someone's already injured, who is the closest to the center of the circle, who will be damaged the least, and then also if someone has any meds to be able to heal while doing it. So as the blue collapses here, the blue's going to hit him first. So I'm closest to the center. I'm going to take the least amount of damage. I get up, I find where the center is constricting to. I get as close to the center as I can, and boom. 0 Pog champion died outside the play zone. Now let's back this up and see what happens from his perspective. All right. So from his perspective here, got 9 seconds on the clock. He's going to jump from the window, looking around. He's kind of hunting, but not really. All he has to do is around the corner and find me. Still trying to stay in his place of safety. Blue's collapsing. It's going to hit him first. Tries to escape the blue by going inside. Goes inside. And then stops to use the first aid kit. But she was too late. Now, if you would have stopped to use that first aid kit immediately, the first aid kit would have been successful, kicked in, brought him up to full health, and then I would have died first. I only had a sliver of health left. So 2 things he could have done to have won was start that first aid kit sooner, or just keep moving and around this corner and shoot me in the face and I would have died. So that's his fault. Too scared, didn't do what he needed to do under pressure, leaving me to win with no loot but naked. So that is how you win a game of PUBG with no loot. And y'all should try it out. Let me know how it goes. If anyone gets a win, post it down below. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what your best rank is that you can get.